From his position above the bathroom sink, Lieutenant Derek Tyler stared into bloodshot eyes. "Oh, right. That's why I don't drink whiskey on an empty stomach." Derek didn't appreciate the reminder of his own stupidity, nor did he have time to reflect on it. He had under an hour to make it to St. Luke's Cemetery, so he quickly tossed back 3 extra-strength pain relievers and adjusted the tie of his wrinkle-free uniform. Chicago PD would bury one of its own today, one of his own, hence his drinking binge the prior evening. Derek had never lost a man in the line of duty before, and that he'd lost one in last week's raid on Chicago's most dangerous crime syndicate burned in his stomach like battery acid. Unlike Derek, the officer had a family with whom Derek would come face to face in under an hour. As a homicide cop, he knew the likelihood of similar tragedies occurring more than once on his watch was high, especially since he'd only recently turned 30 and had a long career ahead of him. He hoped he never got used to it. He'd just left the bathroom to retrieve his uniform hat from the closet when his ears were assaulted by high-pitched laughter from outside the apartment building. Derek frowned. He'd specifically chosen this building, a sprawling brick colonial in Hyde Park, for its distance from the constant activity downtown. He preferred the quiet, especially today, when he felt like an ice pick was firmly lodged in his skull. "Pick up the end! I can't carry the whole thing, skunk badge!" "Fuck off! You're only using one hand." "That's because I'm using the other one to flip you off." "Well, I can't argue with multitasking." "You would argue with the Pope's mom." Christ, these girls, whoever they were, could give the rowdy men in his department a run for their money. Too bad he didn't allow his men to swear while on duty. Did he just hear one of them call the other donkey queef? Derek ground his head against the wall to suppress the pounding in his frontal lobe. He would never drink whiskey again. Normally, the Chicago Cubs were his only vice, and that usually proved punishment enough.